Hey folks, John Tobis here. I want to show you how to generate a misspelled aristocrat. These are one of the ones that I find generally is a little bit challenging to do, but fortunately some new features we put into the tool should make your life a lot easier. I've gone ahead, I've generated a test using the test builder. You can see another video for doing that. But one of the things that I did in the test builder is I picked a misspelled K1 aristocrat. When the test builder sees that, and it's looking for the quotes to put into it, it finds quotes that have a large number of homonyms. It looks for something that has at least 5 homonyms to make it easier for you to generate the test. So now I've gotten the test that's been generated. I go to the sample, this question on here, which is meant to be a misspelled K1 aristocrat. And now we have a new button we can click. So if you see down on here, next to the save button, there's a misspell. So if we click on misspell, it gives us an opportunity to create a misspelled quote. And you could choose how devious you want to be or how nice you want to be. So we can just simply say, all right, let me just do word replacements, just do a few of them. So we can do generate, and it goes through and shows us all the possibilities for what he might have. And you'll notice on the right-hand side, it even gives you a nominal score that this is going to be. Well, I've only done a few words replaced. Let me just go and all of them and regenerate. You can see it gets a little bit harder, but it's not, because there's only, this particular one only has a few things that it's replacing. It's got the and there. But if we want to make it a little bit harder, let's go and introduce some typos. And this is where it starts swapping letters. That's the most common thing it does. It'll either, swap the last 2 letters in it. So you can see in here Y-O-U-H-T instead of Y-O-U-T-H. We can also say, let's not do any homonyms and regenerate. And you can see all of the words that have been changed. So instead of has, it's AHS. You can also see that the score goes up for it. So you get to choose what you want. I've got, I'm going to go for a number of homonyms and a few. We look at it, say, well, this is not really that hard of a thing. Let's make it a little bit harder. In fact, by the way, you could always go to the extreme, and it's going to try and misspell everything. And that's pretty hard for somebody to solve. You can see the 558. So we're just going to back it off a little bit. And you know what? I kind of like this second one here. The youth, you got HTE instead of it, TI, BEN, BEN going on. So I'm going to pick that one, and I'm going to use it. So now I've gotten that. But there is one other thing we can do. If you want to do the typos separate from the word replacement, so go ahead and come in here and say, all right, let's do the word replacement. And this one's only got a couple of words in it, to the, there, and for. I'm going to use this one here. And we can go in again and say, all right, now I don't want to do any word replacement. I like to do some typos. And I can see what I'm going to end up with. And this gives me another approach of controlling how many typos versus how much word replacement's going in. And all right, I'm looking at this, and oh, I like this one, this second one. 390 points, nice, good thing. Use that. So now we've gotten it in there. Next, we need to go ahead and suggest question. It doesn't know that I'm doing a misspell. I'm going to replace, and so you have to make some changes to it. A friend of yours who can't spell or type very well, has encoded a quote by Oscar Wilde using the K1 aristocrat cipher for you to decode. Okay, that's not too bad. And let's go see what it's going to give us for points. 402, we know it was a kind of a range that was in there. Okay, I will take it and save it. And I also need to get me a keyword because we're using a K1. So let's go ahead and use the suggest keyword. Ooh, quote, young American, regenerate. Let's go see obligate. Oh, that's not a bad one. We're going to use obligate. And now we have generated our cipher. We can save it, and we're done. And I hope you have a wonderful day.